It's time for Dodger baseball.
And the Giants can't beat LA. The Dodgers, they win an instant classic at the end by a score of 2-1. And the first, by the way, my name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. That's at DMAC_LA. Thanks for rocking with us after the Dodgers. They get the win up in San Francisco, a classic. They advance to the NLCS to take on the Braves on Saturday. But the first question I have for you guys is, did Flores go? And I tell you what, he definitely did. The baseball gods, they give it and they take it. We all know that the Dodgers, they would have tied to win the division at the end of the year if it weren't for that check swing call. But bottom line, tip your cap to this Giants team. That was a hard-fought game. It felt like one of those games that no team deserved to lose. But at the end of the day, the Dodgers got the big hit, and that was thanks to Cody Bellinger. Cody Bellinger, smash that like button, smash the retweets, share the show, and I've been telling you guys all season long, you can't give up on Cody Bellinger because he will come through in the postseason. He did it last year in the NLCS Game 7, and he did it tonight. Don't stop Belly even. He did it tonight. All love for Cody Love. But here we go. Get out, Giants. Cody, small ball, baby. Yeah, we're going to break down this entire game. This might be a 20-hour show. We might just go wall to wall until the NLCS, but the Dodgers, they win the most important game, and I'm not just saying that. That was from the words of the GOAT, Vin Scully himself, who said this was the most important game in the history of the Dodgers-Giants rivalry, and the Dodgers, they get the dub up in San Francisco. They're celebrating on their field. This is for 1951, in 1962, in 82, in 1997. This is payback. I hope their fans are in pain right now the same way we were in 97 when I was crying after Johnson's home run. But look, this Giants team, Logan Webb's a dog. It was just a hard-fought game. The Dodgers, you saw their talent shine at the end. You saw Cody Bellinger. You saw the at-bats there in that inning. I thought Gavin Lux, he was tremendous, the at-bat he had on Doval. And we're going to break down this entire game. And they acted like Doval was going to be unhittable. But you know what they say? The bigger they are, the harder they Doval. And that inning, the Dodgers, everyone's talking about, he's the Frankie Rodriguez. No, he wasn't. Okay, not against this Dodgers lineup with all that talent. The Dodgers got it done. But I do want to say, respect to that Giants team, 107 wins, and they fought hard. They went toe-to-toe with the Dodgers, but we told you this team is a special team. This team has that grit. They have that championship medal, that championship DNA, that pedigree. You saw it on display. For the Dodgers to go up there and get that win tight, so many Dodgers came through tonight, especially when Anthony keep dropping me a 1999. Bro, I'm going to get like double Osada fries and a tall boy of a Modelo. Thanks, my man. And also, the rest is going to my fund that I have started for Max Scherzer because, hey, if they don't want to pay him, I'm going to give it everything I got because we need to bring Mad Max back. By the way, that was shades of 1988 Oral Hershiser going out there and getting a big save, and that was the first save of his career. And, wow, man, I'm maximum happy because that was phenomenal, guys. How we feeling, Dodgers Nation? Let's get to this comment section. Giants, that was payback from the Darren Ruff call, the check swing. Yeah, man, hey, look, you don't want to see the game end like that, but look, I think one thing that goes in play there, don't underestimate that. If that's someone else on the mound, this is a point I want to make. If that is if that's Doval on the mound against the Dodgers, does he get that call? I'm not so sure. But when you're going against Max Scherzer, and Max Scherzer is a future Hall of Famer, a walking, living legend, a 3-time Cy Young Award winner, could be a 4-time Cy Young Award winner. I'm telling you, that goes through the umpire's head. And Doug Eddings, he said, and the first base, they ruled that it was a strike, and look, that's how it was. But here we go. Michael Stiff, I feel like Westbrook today was traded to Lakers. Payback baby from Robbie Lux. IB Strogan hooked up with $20. Hey man, geez, man, I'm making more money here tonight than I make on my OnlyFans. I'm just playing. I don't have an OnlyFans. That would not make any money. Swing check justice from Kersey. Becker's over on Facebook. We got Fred Glover. Where are all the haters to bring back Mad Max? Hey. And we talked about it after the last show, was that, look, everything is on the table. What do we say? There is no NLCS unless you win the NLDS. It's like the meme, right? Point your head. You can't have Shangwan Lee hooking up with $10. Yeah, it's not some fun, guys. You guys pay me with your takes, man. Your takes is what I want. Okay, you guys are the best fans of the game. Keith Evans, D-Mac, let's go Dodgers. Belly Ever for my Anthony Kim. I'm telling you, I'm gonna listen to Journey all night. Don't stop believing. Belly hit the road jack from William Bloxon. D-Mac twerks for $20. I do not. It's a little more than that, okay? At least $21.99 or something. Mookie Betts, he was outstanding. He was that $365 million man. He was getting on base all night. He was the one guy that wasn't befuddled by Logan Webb. He was going up there getting quality at-bats. He was tremendous tonight. And even though he was left stranded for most of the night, he was fantastic, and he set the tone. He said, guys, I'm going to do my part. You guys got to do your part. And Mookie, he was fantastic. He was 4 for 4, had the base hit, and he's been really outstanding in this postseason. Lots of singles, but he didn't have that bomb there in Game 4. But, guys, in this is almost surreal, right? I mean, I have no fingernails left, okay? I mean, this game, how do people enjoy this? This was the most stressful game I've ever sat through. I mean, I want to know who's the oldest person to ever live that was also a sports fan, because it can't be that old, because, that was just that game was just insane, man. An instant classic. Belly is demand from Sheila Shaw. Thanks, Mad Max, dominating pitching to close out and silence the Giants fans. Jorge Zamora. We got Patrick Gagne. Thanks, Mad Max, dominating pitching to close out. Dodgers are believing. I like that headline. Give me your mock headlines, guys. Go Blue. Don't stop Belly even would probably be mine. But if you're going to throw out your mock headline, that'd be sick. Isaac over on YouTube. Hey, Doug, this win made me feel 1,000%. I'm feeling way better. The Dodgers win. The Dodgers win. It was funny because Ron Darling, it could have been a drinking game at this point for how many times that Ron Darling, the TBS, the former great player for the Mets, how many times that he had mentioned that if Belly got a hit here, it would erase what happened during the year. And Anthony Keene will tell you, what have we said? Don't give up on Cody Bellinger. This guy's been a star his entire life. This guy has come up big in the postseason. You saw game-winning single in 2018 against the Brewers. You saw what he's able to do last year. This guy has come up big, and if this series had an MVP, I would give it to Cody Bellinger, because look what he did in Game 2, and look what he did in Game 5 tonight. I mean, he was the difference in this series. We can actually say Cody Bellinger had a better series than Trey Turner, Corey Seager, Justin Turner. He stepped up in a major way. Hats off, nothing but love and respect to my man Cody Love. Man, I feel so happy for the guy, man. Here we go. Check swing karma dooms the Giants. Dodgers vindicated from Pika Peep. Ooh, they're going to burn. Ooh, you know what's funny? If I was a Dodger fan, if I was a Giants fan, I'd be furious about that call. I'd be tweeting MLB umpires. I'd be tweeting MLB. I'd be outraged. But you know what? Hey, man, the good guys won, and it's a beautiful night up in San Francisco with the Dodgers celebrating on their field. Look, there is a bitter history. Yankees, Red Sox? No. Cardinals, Cubs? No. This is the premier rivalry in Major League Baseball because of how heated and bitter it is, how many moments where they've broken our hearts, how many times we broke their hearts, like in 1993 when we prevented them from going to the postseason. This was payback for all those years, and there's no telling we'll ever meet them again. And we will be able to tell that franchise that, hey, we met in the postseason once, and we went up to your house, and we beat you. And I just can't tell you how excited I am for the players, for everyone out there. I know you guys are stoked, but hey, man, that Giants team, got to give them credit, man. They're a team that was projected to win 74 wins. The big bad Dodgers, they were the prohibitive favorites, and they went toe to toe with LA. But at the very end of the day, the championship medal surfaced, and you saw that in that at-bat with Cody Bellinger at the end. We're going to break it down in a little bit, but I'm going to go crazy with your comments because I know you guys are going crazy. Let me know who's your player of the game, who's your player of the series. Just in one word, what was it like to sit through this game? One word, what was it like to sit through this game? Because I'm going to say it was kind of like torture, really, at some point. But, hey, man, I enjoyed it. But it was, mixed emotions, I guess. Bring Puig back, beat SF from Andrew A. We got my anxiety was going through the roof. That's from Alex Renteria. Scherzer, this is why he's here. Hey, man, what did we say after they made that trade? This will go down as the best starting pitcher trade at the deadline. Better than Randy Johnson, better than CC Sabathia, and Max Scherzer. They've lost once with him on the mound, and hey, we made up for. And he was still fantastic, okay? And Max Scherzer, this is why you give up your 2 top prospects because, look, like a Tribe Called Quest say, hey, scared money don't make none. Andrew Freeman, he's not scared of anyone when it comes to trading his chips in, and today it paid dividends in the biggest way. He goes out there, gets his first career save. Look, I mean, it was fantastic, and who cares if it compromises the starting rotation a little bit in the NLCS. To me, it was all about getting this Dodger team to a 7-game series, and now I love the Dodgers to go all the way, and we can cross off another name on that revenge tour. The Arya Stark killer list. We crossed off the Cardinals. They've given us so much pain and suffering throughout the years. Now we cross off the San Francisco Giants. They've given us pain and suffering throughout the years. Now we come for the Houston Astros after we take care of business against the Braves. So it was a beautiful night up in the Bay Area. Check swing for the win for Michael Kennedy. I'm rocking with Mookie Betts and Trey Turner. Scherzer, NLCS bound from Tony Gutierrez. The SF Giants Ouija board stopped working. The game brought back flashbacks to the 1981 NLCS game versus Montreal. Blue Monday. Yeah, another tight one. Rick Monday comes up there, an unlikely hero. But hey, man, we are popping bottles up in San Fran. You love to see it. Karma Baby. We got October Magic from Jesse or Jose Ortega. Nerve-wracking is an understatement. Yeah, I mean, it was last year we had some insane moments in Game 7 of the NLCS, Game 4 of the World Series. But when you consider the opponent in the San Francisco Giants and how much bad blood exists with these guys, even years, all that stuff. I mean, no. Hey, the Dodgers, Mickey Mouse ring. Hey, guess what? What are you going to say about this ring when it's 162 games? What are you going to say now? You going to delete those memes? You going to delete all those silly little Photoshops you made with the Disney ears? I think you might because, hey, people, trust me, people try to talk, it's Dodgers versus the world, man. Let people hate on the Dodgers. Let people say that they buy their championships, this and that. The Dodgers know they put in the work, and they went up there, and it was just such a ballsy win. It was a ballsy move to go with Corey Knebel as the opener. Brusdar Graterol, he got out of jams. Julio Urias, he made one mistake to Darian Ruff, and I thought that on that, I mean, we can go, but when Darren Ruff hits that, I mean, 6 straight fastballs to a guy that has a lot of success against left-handed pitching. He's a really good fastball hitter, and he crushed that one. But other than that, the pitching, they did their job, and the offense did just enough. And look, the at-bats, they were much better tonight. You didn't see as much chase on those Logan Webb changeups and the sliders, and especially at the bottom of the zone. They were laying off it, but he also made some adjustments too. You saw him working that 2-seam fastball that was running inside on right-handed hitters, and he was getting some strikes that method. And, yeah, I mean, that guy's fantastic. But the Dodgers, they were able to get him out at least earlier. And, yeah, I mean, it was big for the Dodgers to go up there and get that run when they did. And the Dodgers, man, I mean, what can you say about their night tonight? It was just fantastic. I mean, let's not forget Corey Seager. He ends up putting the Dodgers on top there with that double in the 6th inning. So just a fantastic, memorable night. We'll never forget this one. This is an instant classic, easily a top 5 Dodger game of all time. Giants tears taste like Modelo. Diane Schroeder, thanks, been around baseball all my life. Cesar, what up, D-Mac? What a game. Mr. Cat, D-Mac, I think I pulled my hair out. Hey, man, that was a crazy game, man. Oxygen. I mean, runs, you knew runs were going to be at a premium. You knew that. I think a lot of people with some predictions, including myself, wanted to see more runs, but inside we all knew that this was going to be a nail-biter. This is how this series was supposed to end. 5 games at the very end like this, and I can't tell you how happy I am that the Dodgers found a way to close this out, because I'd be sick to my stomach if Justin Turner had a Buckner-like play right there. But look, Max Scherzer, he picked him up. He was fantastic. He went out there, and nothing was stopping Mad Max. But some of those Lamont Wade, how are you guys feeling during some of those Lamont Wade foul balls? Because, you know, late night, Lamont, 8 home runs to tie or go ahead this year. I mean, that guy had the postseason magic. And like I said, the devil magic ended tonight. The Dodgers, they advance. And don't forget, they are going to be rolling against the Atlanta Braves. And that Braves team's going to be tough, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But John Boy, all salty, high Gray Beard. Yeah, where's Gray Beard? Where are all those Giants trolls? I mean, now they're in the fetal position, I'm assuming, in the middle of their living room, just in tears, sobbing, because they were talking a big game. I had guys out there saying Logan Webb would shove and the Dodgers would roll over and go quiet into the night. And I told you, hey, I said we'd win Game 4. I'd say we'd win Game 4 7-1, 7-3. It ended up being 7-2. And I felt good about this team today because of the talent this team has. Dave Roberts, if you're a Dave hater, you probably I thought he made some – I mean, I thought when Kenley was out there, all these moves just to have Kenley out there in the 8th, but – I mean, clearly he had an ace up his sleeve, and that ace was Max Scherzer. And you know, Dave Roberts, we saw in the Zoom yesterday, he had a little twinkle in his eye when he was talking about Max Scherzer. Max Scherzer was reported today by the homie Michael Duarte that he was going to be ready. And he told Doc he's going to be ready out of that bullpen. And that lets you know that this team is all hands on deck. You saw what Walker Buehler was able to do on short rest. And then Max Scherzer going out there and getting the save. Cody Bellinger getting the big hit. Mookie Betts having a big night. Julio Urias missed. The Urias had Urias in his veins. And once again, he ends up going on the night. Julio, he goes 4 innings, had 5 punchies, 3 hits, and just the one mistake to rough where they went with 6 straight heaters. I think that was a combination of him and Will Smith going with those 3 fastballs. And here we go. Patience was key from Richard Medina Flores. Why do you guys think was the biggest reason why the Dodgers won this game? I think they're just a resilient bunch, and they knew they were going up against a dog, a straight animal in Logan Webb, but they didn't get fully caught in Logan's web tonight. They were able to score that 1 run. I think that took some pressure off some of the Dodgers pitchers tonight because it's a big difference when you're pitching down up a run versus down 3-0 like we saw in Game 1 when Buehler gave up the home run to Posey and to Chris Bryant. But whoa, the morning _star, 50-something. Appreciate you, man. Love you, D-Mac. The Giants were my number 1 fear in the playoffs, and the Cards too, cause it was 1 game. Don't want to be cocky, but I feel like we're repeating. Yeah, I mean, for sure. Isaac Lopez dug that Posey foul ball, was super scary. Yeah, man, he hit that one pretty well off the bat. And like I said, man, hey, man, I like to keep it real. And it was a great game called by Doug Eddings tonight. We were fearing that he was going to give him those 6 inches off the plate that we saw him give, that Carlos Torres gave him in Game 1. Wasn't the case tonight. And then later in the game, they benefited from some calls. But look, the best team won, and that's just a fact. Isaac dug that. Hope Muncy will return the NLCS. Yeah, we're going to get Max Muncy back. I feel good about that as a quick healer. Marco Rubio, I love this. We can't have a chat. Look, Dave Roberts can, have a master class in management. We're going to have someone that says Dave Roberts did an awful job. Marco Rubio, tell me what you didn't like about him tonight, and we'll respond to that. Alverso, Doug, you look at the chroma behind you. It has moved. Oh, okay. Well, it's good call on that one. This is you guys didn't realize. Yeah, I mean, I'm in front of the stadium right now, just hanging. Thanks a lot. But Palm Springs, Mookie earning that contract from AM. Yeah, Mookie Betts. What more can you say? He did his job. He went out there. He set the tone all night long, and it didn't happen for the first couple of bats, but finally they were able to score on one of those on one of those base hits by Mookie Betts, and that was massive. That was massive there in the 6th inning. The Dodgers able to score first, and that has been the trend this postseason. The team that scores first, the team that out-homers their opponent, more often than not, they are going to win, and Mookie Betts went out there, and look, man, like I always said, life seems too easy for Mookie Betts, doesn't it? The guy can do a Rubik's Cube in 5 seconds. The guy has bowled like 5,300 bowling games. I'm pretty sure this guy is does brain surgery on the side or something. But yeah, he's just such a great player. And we're gonna get into some of this. We're gonna break down this game, but let's get some more of your comments, guys. Mendoa 19. Man, you guys are awesome, man. I really appreciate you guys. Best fans in the game. You guys really want to sign Max Scherzer? Is probably what this is, because after I hook it up with some, I think tonight I might even go crazy and get some enchiladas. Let me just have myself a feast tonight, man. What should I eat, guys? What'd you guys drink during the game, man? That was crazy. Braves next man, Dave Jean. Managers don't win games, players do, from Rob Shapiro. I thought for the most part, it looked for a moment that, look, Julio, could he have gone extra inning? He definitely could have. Could Blake Trinan, who I'm telling you, Blake Trinan stuff is absolutely filthy. This guy engages in pitch craft, the way he's able to go out there and just straight up embarrass hitters. Wow, Jenny Kong, appreciate you. No doubt, D-Mac, no doubt. Thanks for all you do for us. Hey, I appreciate you, Jenny Kong, always rocking with us. I really appreciate it. Mookie was so steady. We got LM Dodgers. In the end, the Giants. In the end, the Giants. I love it. Big Gambits. A rough swing goes in full circle tonight. I mean, really, that's why baseball is just. To me, it's poetry, man. It's the best story, man. Everything comes full circle, and you saw today what a great finish for the narrative of this season. Because look, the Dodgers. Remember when you saw the Giants? They were celebrating the division, and for good reason. This team overachieved, but the Dodgers, they got it where it counts. To me, I think we should just consider it. I mean, it almost feels like we won our 9th division now because we avenged that. We avenged that loss during the regular season. And look, division titles are nice, but it's all about the World Series title. Look, I'd rather win one World Series than 5,000 division titles, right? So we have our eyes on the prize. We know what this team's goal is, and it is to win a piece of metal, a.k.a. the Commissioner's Trophy, a World Series. And this team, I think, is in a great position. There are going to be big favorites to take it home now, but lots of work to be done. But let's celebrate tonight and focus on tonight's game, the heroics of Cody Bellinger. I thought Gavin, I mean, it was so great to see Gavin Lux go up there and get that base hit. That was a fantastic at-bat. That was a fantastic at-bat by Gavin Lux, and that cannot be overlooked. I think what Gavin Lux was able to do, work the count, and then, look, I mean, I think the big thing about, I think Gavin Lux deserves so much credit because he was the guy that cracked Doval, because up until then, they didn't have a hit against Doval, right, in this game, and he was the first hit off Doval there in that inning, and that was just a great piece of hitting. He took a slider for a ball. On the second pitch, he fouls the slider off, so he was down. He was 1-1 in the count, and then he swings at his slider. He swings at his slider there, and at that point, you're concerned, especially after Justin Turner, who is the all-time postseason franchise leader in HBPs, getting hit by a pitch. I always say he's gotten hit by more pitches than the Shark Tank judges. Well, he gets that free base, and the Dodgers, they just made him pay. And I thought that at-bat was just so massive. So he takes a slider away for a ball, and then he fouls off that slider low and on the inner half for the first strike, and then he swings and misses at a slider down and in, and so he's down the hole, 1-2 on the count, and then he's able to lay off that slider away at the bottom of the zone. That made it a 2-2 count. Then he fouls one off, bottom of the zone, inner half, and then on the 6th pitch of the at-bat, he goes with the four-seam fastball. He was trying to blow one by him. Gavin Lux, you saw those lightning-quick hands. You saw that bat speed. He puts the bat on the ball, doesn't try to do too much. He bangs one there into right field, and that sets up the Dodgers with first and second. And, we'll keep breaking it down. But that at-bat from Gavin Lux was fantastic. How do you guys – TBS was biased to Justin Cool Guy. Yeah, I mean, Dodgers Nation, I think it was Mr. Gary Lee, the founder of Dodgers Nation, he tweeted out that it was cruel for them to show that 1951 shot heard around the world, and boy, was it ever. I mean, for them to show that at that time and not mention that they had cheated to put themselves in the position to be in that game, I thought it was painful, but hey, man, yes, I'm going to brag about exactly. That's what I was saying on Twitter. I mean, the fan bases are always going to have this. Every time the Giants fan goes, even years, you can be like, we beat you in the postseason when it matters most, okay? Because you guys know Giants fans, they come out of the woodwork, and you know how they get down, man. They talk a big game, but it's all love. But hey, man, you guys know, if you guys been watching the show, they were invading this chat. They were trolling hard. And what I say, keep going, man, keep going. It's all good, because look, it's all about who gets the last laugh, and the Dodgers did just that. You don't want to. One of the biggest things, you don't want to underestimate your rival. I think the Giants and their fans underestimated us after they saw Logan Webb was getting the start today. Gary A., I think we'll get Muncy back. Credit to Roberts. He managed brilliant from Yang Yi. Yeah, I thought that really what it came down to today was, look, at the end of I mean, it was a little rocky early. I mean, to say that Corey Knebel and Bruce Gratterall early on didn't have their moments where, look, there was a little bit of a tightrope act, but I think the idea of getting Julio Urias in the middle of this game and trying to be that incredible bulk and get the bulk of those innings was good. And then, look, I think the trust in Kenley Jansen there in the 8th inning, and I think when you see, and they knew Blake Treinen, it was almost, they moved everyone back so you could get Treinen there in the 7th, Kenley there in the 8th. I was afraid of that Buster Posey at bat And we'll get into that. We're going to break down this whole game, but that Buster Posey at bat. But, hey, man, give Kenley Jansen tons of credit, too. I think it's time to really put some respect on Mr. Kenley Jansen's name because he went out there and he was phenomenal, man. He got the job done. And you saw the evolution of Kenley Jansen tonight. Kenley on the ninth there, that was a big spot. That was a really big spot there in the game to come out there in the bottom of the eighth inning. And he, he's right at the top of the lineup. You got bottom of the eighth inning. He goes out there and the sequence to Solano. He misses low with the cutter on the first pitch, and then he goes with the cutter again. He fouls it off, and then the third pitch goes with that two-seamer up in the zone there, and he gets him to fly out. And then Ruff, that was also the big fear. That was a tough at-bat. He takes a strike looking, a slider, bottom of the zone. Then he misses high, makes the count 1-1, and then he goes with that cutter and gets a strike looking, and definitely got a nice little call there. Looked like it was on the blacker, maybe a little outside, and that makes it 1-2 count. Then he misses with the slider low, and then he fouls one off bottom of the zone, and then he just goes with that two-seam fastball, blows it by him, and it's not like the velo was necessarily explosive for Kenley Jansen today. It was actually down slightly on the sinker, slightly up on the cutter. But, to me, he just kept hitters off balance tonight, and that is the evolution of Kenley Jansen. He's not going out there and just rearing back and throwing you the majority of his pitches as cutter. You're seeing the slider, the cutter, the sinker pitch mix. He actually went with 6 sliders, and that slider was definitely a money pitch for him tonight, throwing that slider for strikes. And I know he's happily married, but now he has a slide piece, if you know what I'm saying. And then you got the cutter. He throws 5 cutters and 4 sinkers. So 15 pitches, he's mixing, he's keeping hitters off balance. And it was so great to see Kenley go out there and get the job done. That's going to really get his confidence high. And I think he's going to be him and Blake Trinan. That 1-2 punch at the end, this team, all of a sudden, you put him in a 7-game series. Hey, man, games 3 and 4 at Dodger Stadium, you guys going to be rocking and rolling. Did he check swing? I would say it was a close call. There's no question about it. Was it a bad call? Maybe. But at the end of the day, screw it. Go Dodgers. Dodgers get the win, man. The good guys won. But, hey, man, no. But seriously, I'd be probably agonizing about that call. But, look, let's say he doesn't let's say that he's safe. It's Max Scherzer, man. Okay? It's Max Scherzer. I don't care what was going to happen on that at-bat. Mad Max was not going to lose that game. Mad Max is a competitor. Mad Max wants to be in LA because he wants to compete for World Series titles. And let's say they call it a ball. It's 1-2, and he's magically going to go deep. He's magically going to go deep on Max Scherzer on the very next pitch. Do you really think that's going to be the case? So, look, Flores, Flores, he can go cry about that if he wants. Hey, man, that's just, them's the breaks, man. It all evens out at the end. It all evens out. So, look, at the end of the day, why did the Giants lose the series? Why did the Giants lose in the series? Their offense was putrid. Their offense was terrible this entire series. You saw their formula. Look, they led the National League in home runs with 241. They led all of Major League Baseball with most runs generated from home runs. And look, you live by the long ball, you die by the long ball. And if you look at the Giants in this series, the Giants, they ended up for this series, they hit 182. They had a 513 OPS, okay? So, 532 OPS in this series. So their offense was atrocious. Their offense was terrible. They ended up with 1 run. They average under 2 runs per game in this series. So look, they have no one to blame but their offense and also the fantastic pitching of the Los Angeles Dodgers. So yeah, could you say that it wasn't, that he swung there? Sure you could have. Could you say he checked his swing? Sure you could have. But at the end of the day, it would be a 1-2 count, and I got my money on Max Scherzer finishing the job against him. So Giants fans, they can have nightmares and cry about that call all they want. The bottom line is the Dodgers won the game because of outstanding pitching and grit and grind with the at-bats. Man, they were out there just chopping wood. They were out there just finding a way to win, and you had 2 clutch at-bats by left-handed batters in Cody Bellinger and Gavin Lux that have had absolutely up and down seasons. I mean, Gavin Lux, he's a guy that spent time in the minors before getting called up on September 10th. He's a guy that has had some really down moments as far as his struggles. And then Cody Bellinger, he was second to last in WRC plus for players with a minimum of 300 plate appearances this year. So, I mean, it's great. I mean, he's put in the work. And Cody Bellinger, he has no one to thank. He can thank himself, thank his teammates, thank his hitting coaches. But, hey, he is a very resilient player. And he'll realize that, hey, man, I went through the worst year of my career, and I end up, having the big hit in Game 2. How about the wild card series? He has 2 hits, had a walk in the 2. He had a single and the 2 walks, reached base 3 times. I mean, he's been outstanding, especially when you consider what they've been asking out of him. So, look, I mean, yeah. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, how would you guys feel if you were let me ask you this question, guys. How would you feel if you were a Giants fan about tonight's call? How would you feel? What would your reaction be? Let's go from Jose C. There's no crying in baseball. That's from Rob Shapiro. Giants would have never lasted a 7-game series anyway. That's from Robbie Lux. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, that to me was the big issue with the format of the postseason was the fact that the Dodgers found themselves in a situation where you had the 2 best teams, only the 5th time in baseball history. They had the 2 best teams in baseball with the best records in a series together, and all you had the 200-win team. So. Yeah, I mean, we slayed the Giants. Yeah, I mean, we are the Giant Killers, man. We are the Giant Killers. Dodgers. Actually, no, the Dodgers, they're the NL West Giants, okay? They're the team that's won 8 straight divisions until this year. They're the team that has a great shot to go on and go back-to-back and be the first team since 1976 to do that in the National League. But long way to go. We got Payback, Buster Posey, San Francisco Superhero, Belly, Clutch, Dodgers, Dune, 11:30. Corey pitched. We got Corey pitched good to start the game. Yeah, Craig Osterberg. We can get into Corey's outing for sure. But yeah, it's kind of what's your guys' take on that. How would you feel? How would you guys feel if you were the Dodgers, if you were the Giants fan, if you were a Giants fan, and that happened? Because you know what I say? I say, look, man, Wilmer Flores, then you know what, man? You can be aggressive, swing, and get a hit or do something. Because this year, I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt. He was 1 for 12 this series, and this Giants offense, they hit like 182 for the series. They averaged less than 2 ones. No, the better team won this game. The better team is advancing, and that's good for Major League Baseball, and that's just a fact. Is there any Giants fans out there that want to tell me that the Giants are a better team than the Dodgers? No, you don't have the same level of top-end talent. You don't have the same level of depth. Yes, you got some pieces. Logan Webb's a stud. He's going to be on the Giants until like 2025. He's like pre-arbitration right now, so he's an animal. But the Dodgers, the better team, won tonight. I don't want to hear anything about that check swing call. Actually, I do, because it actually made me happy. Comment number 2, shout out, Payback for the check swing a few weeks ago. Yeah, back in July, but yeah. Check swing karma baby from Ray F. Dodgers Nation. Yeah, let me know where you guys represent Dodgers Nation from today. Give me those city zip codes, area codes. Let me know down below in the comment section. We are the NL West, baby. Buzzing with Dodgers Nation. Ray F, man. Hey, man, chug a beer for me, dude. What comes around goes around from Brian AM. I think there's no stopping this now from AM. Series MVP. I mean, look, it's tough because if you look at, let's take a look here. There's a lot of guys that stepped up. And, I mean, you got to say kind of as a whole, the bullpen, what Joe Kelly gave up an earned run, Blake Trinan gave up an earned run. But other than that, the bullpen, they were outstanding. They got the job done. Starting pitching, Walker Buehler, Max Scherzer, Julio Urias, he got the job done. So the 3-headed monster, they did their thing. And, yeah, this Dodgers team, they were the better team. Now, who would be the series MVP? I mean, look, Mookie Betts, look at his numbers. Mookie goes 9 for 20 this series. He had 450 with a 1,055 OPS, had 1 home run, 4 RBIs, only 2 strikeouts in 20 at-bats for the Mookster. And, he's living his Betts life right now, popping bottles. And then you got, I think, though, look, Cody Bellinger, if you look at his numbers, the peripherals, a 600 OPS. He goes 4 for 15, had 7 strikeouts and 3 RBIs. But, man, were those 3 RBIs meaningful, or were they meaningful? He had the one tonight to score Justin Turner, and then, of course, he had the big 2-run double over in Game 2. So, to me, I think from who was the best player, who's the most consistent player, I think you go with Mookie Betts, especially when you factor in his defense as well. He made the big throw to also get Flores. Man, what Flores, man. No wonder why this dude cries all the time, man. He's always in some pretty depressing moments. He got late, he got sniped by Mookie Betts, and then you saw, hey, man, you check your swing, and, hey, man, they can check their bags, man. They can check their bags. Their season is over. But here we go. LA for LA. What happened? 8 straight division titles equal 1 World Series title. I mean, hey, man, well, how about 8 equal 8 in a wild card equals 2? Hey, man, it's all about these dubs, and we're going to get that 8th World Series title. I feel pretty good about it. Lots of baseball to be played. Phil Hamilton from Placerville, Urias MVP. That's from Brian over on YouTube. Mookie from Claudia. Give me your NLDS MVPs down below. 602, the Valley Boys. We got Dave Roberts, MVP. Yeah, I thought Dave did a nice job today. I mean, what can you say about Dave Roberts? I mean, you saw what they were trying to do with having the openers. They were trying to find a way to possibly have some pinch hitting opportunities and try to lengthen this lineup against Logan Webb. And I mean, I think it was a sound strategy. The Dodgers end up going 8 for 34 tonight. 8 for it's crazy. 8 for 34 tonight. Only 1 extra base hit, and that was Corey Seager there in early in the game there in the second that ended up getting that RBI. So that was big, and they end up going 2 for 10. Dodgers end up going 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position tonight. They leave 7 men on base. But, yeah, I mean, you saw Souza Jr. He was kind of one of the rare chases tonight. He chased one low in a way there early in the game for a strikeout. But I thought for the most part, when you know how the ending was, and Corey Knebel, let's start this game at the very beginning, but let's get some more comments. And we got Clutch Cody, Valley Boys, how sweet it is. No more palpitations. That's from Mike. We can talk all the crap we want now. Georgia C. Hey, man, look, man, you're going to see the entire Giants fan base. They're going to Homer Simpson their way into that hedge. And where's Graybeard? Where's all those Giants fans? I mean, look, I'm going to take a sip. I got a big water bottle. This is the Giants fans' tears. For all the Giants fans, they were trolling this chat after the game, and there were literally dozens. And here's a big water bottle of the Giants fans' tears. I'm gonna chug this right now. Oh, how sweet it is! The taste of the fruits of victory. Shout out to Kirk Gibson, Tommy Lasorda, forever. Belly MVP from Diane Schroeder. The bullpen equals the MVP. Yeah, as a position group, they held it down. Like from the top of my head, I believe it was just Joe Kelly and Blake Tryon who allowed earned runs this series. But here we go. We got Mookie MVP. Yeah, I thought Mookie just kept hammering it home tonight, and you knew at some point they were going to come through. Anytime you're able to get on base early in the inning, especially Mookie, who stole a base tonight, and they were unable to bring him home. But yeah, anytime you're able to do that, well, yeah, no, yeah. So, yeah, no, so the top of the 6th inning, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think he's got to go with Mookie Betts. He gets the single, steals the base, Seager brings him home. Yeah, let's jump into some of this game. But conference on, we got Compton in the house. Let me know where you represent Dodgers Nation from, and tell me, give me your NLDS MVP. Let's talk about that. We got MVP Urias. Yeah, first of all, I just love this dude. I mean, look, man, I am retired from the jersey game. As far as, buying jerseys, because, I'm a recovering jersey holic, and I was spending too much money on jerseys, so I had to just, cut off cold turkey because it's so addicting. But if I was going to get back in the game, I think I'd get me a Julio Urias jersey because I just love the swag, man. He's on, even after he gives up the bomb to Ruff, he's sitting out there, he's just shaking his head. He's like, okay, no big deal. And I thought that was really massive because let's go to that 6th inning. So, actually, let's do some more comments and we'll get into that 6th inning. But I thought the way he was able to bounce back, and he gets Posey looking at that slurve curve action for the strike 3, and then he got Crawford to fly to right, and then he got Slater to ground to second. So he's like, hey, I give up the game-tying bomb, a monster shot, a 425 feet, 110 miles per hour off the bat. No biggie. I'm going to come back and get these 3 straight outs, and that's what Julio did. But here we go. In the Mookie, in the defense, Mookie did, yeah, I mean, gunning down just a lot of plays. How about today, the play early in the game, early in where you had some hard hit balls, and the way let's go, jump to that top of the 1st inning. or the bottom of the first inning, where Mookie was able to on the Buster Posey, no, on the Crawford foul out on, well, yeah, I just lost my notes here, but let's go back to the comment section. Born Blue, Lewiston, Ohio, your jerseys still fit? I would say, yeah, kind of. Brooke E, this game says a lot about this Dodgers team. The rub was that they could not win a low-scoring close game, but they did it. Yeah, the Dodgers, they struggled this year. I mean, they were like 24-24, something like that, in one-run games. You saw what they were able to do in what the Dodgers were able to do in extra innings games. But look, the reality is this team, they win when it matters most. And like Chris Taylor said, this team plays their best when their backs are up against the wall. We saw it last year, the Dodgers down 3-1 in the NLCS. We saw it when the series was tied at 2 apiece, when Brett Phillips was in airplane mode in Tampa for the Tampa Bay Rays when he got that walk-off hit on Kenley Jansen. They came back and they won 2 straight. So look, this Dodger team, you better kill this Dodger team. I mean, you better kill them, because if you give them any life, they're going to come back and they're going to find a way to win series. And this is the perfect example. They come back trailing, they get the split, then they go down 2-1, and this Dodger team says, look, we're going to come back, we're going to win, we're going to go up in your house and beat you up in San Francisco, and it's jubilation down here in LA. I knew we would win. We got held. Dodgers won. Belly MVP. We got dog days from the 5-5-9 Fresno. Brian cannot remember feeling the game 7 against the Astros. Don't know if that's a troll, but if it is, it's fine. I mean, look, like Vin Scully said, nothing ever comes easy for the Dodgers. Nothing ever comes easy for LA. That's just how it is. So hey, man, unfortunately, what happens. But I'm not worried about that. I mean, that was a time when the Dodgers, look, man, if they weren't cheating, the Dodgers would have probably won Game 5 and they'd have probably won that series. So I'm not worried about that. And plus, they're gonna get redemption this year. So it is all good. It is all good in the hood. Here we go. We got Blue Flame. Gang, Dodgers clutch again. What an upset. I mean, I don't know if I'd necessarily call this an upset, but I think the money line was pretty close. I think the money line was on the Giants tonight, so I guess there's that. Giants gone fishing. D-Mac for MVP. Thanks, God Jupiter. You for MVP too, man. You in the Hall of Fame. Guillermo Medina, born in East Los, living in Sin City. Dodgers for life. What up, Guillermo Medina? Thanks for rocking with us here after the Dodgers. Big, epic 2-1 win over the Giants in the NLDS. Just what a night. I mean, this is a night that is going to go down in history. Giants tears prevent California wildfire. Hey, man, I'm telling you, this is all the Giants fans' tears that were chilling in the comments. So hydrating. So hydrating. The ump was a Dodger fan. Adrian Gutierrez. Yeah, man. He had a nice night tonight. But look, that's not how this game was won or lost. This game, the teams were both got pitchers for both teams were out there executing pitches, and we haven't even started breaking down this game yet. But yeah, we'll get into that. We got. I'd be worried if I was Atlanta after blowing it last year. Hashtag win for Tommy. I like that Iris over on YouTube. Giants 0, umpires 1. Okay, so that's gonna happen, right? We're gonna cry about that. It's okay. Look, we all know. You can say anything about the umpires. You can say that. We all know. There's not one baseball, any baseball opinion that I would give a damn about, really, that doesn't say that the Dodgers are the better team, they're the more talented team, and they're the team that went up to San Francisco and won. If the Giants, look, you had home field. You should have scored more runs. You should have had gotten it done earlier, but you left the window open for the Dodgers. The Dodgers hung in there. They were tough all game long, and they broke through there late. Here we go. Taylor, Doug, talk about the CT3 bunt, because I'm not over that, Dave. Boo, come on, D-Mac. Taylor, yeah, we could talk about that. I wasn't in love with that. I feel like it was almost a wasted at-bat there. You got runners on first and third. Chris Taylor's been making hard contact basically all series. And, look, I mean, with Chris Taylor up there, I mean, if it works, you look like a genius. It didn't work. I think it had the chance to work if you had laid it down properly, but it just wasn't he didn't execute the bunt like you would want him to do. And I think at that point, with runs at a premium, I thought that it was a good spot. I thought it was a good spot to just let him go and take his at bat. So yeah, I'm with you. I wasn't a big fan of that. Especially, you got 1 out, runners on first and third. I thought that with the momentum that the Dodgers had at the plate, you let him swing away. And you see, look, if you can get a ground ball that it's the same result, or a fly ball that is a sac fly that ends up with the same result right there. So yeah, I was not too big on that one. Giants tears are delicious from Ray F. Gary A's crying D-Mag. We love you. Please shout out Jackson. Okay, Taylor. Shout out to Jacksonville, Florida. The 904. By my speakers went out. Giants tears. Oh, here we go. Look at stats. Dodgers played better. Yeah, I mean, we kind of, yeah, and by the way, Dodgers 110 wins on the year. Unbelievable. Doyers for life. Dougie keeping it real. Yeah, honestly, this was a rough series. I mean, we had Scherzer in relief. Yeah, man, but you got to get it done. It's all hands on deck when you get to this point of the season. But let's break down this some of the key moments in this game. Let's jump right to the. We'll go to the earlier, but so we got the bottom of the sixth. So bottom of the sixth, Urias, or the top of the sixth inning. So Urias, he grounds the pitcher for the 4th time of the night, and that was a common theme. A lot of weak tappers right up the line, tappers right up to Logan Webb. And look, I mean, his two-seamer, it generates soft contact. Honestly, his contact is like almost softer than Giants fans. But yeah, he was able to do that all night. And then Seager, and then Betts, he rips a changeup to left. And yeah, I mean, just a great piece of hitting. Mookie Betts, he just sees Logan Webb really well. And that's just kind of how it is. Some pitchers, you see it well, you can read it well, and right out of their hands. And look, he was on top of the changeups. He was on top of sliders, and he was just fantastic. So he rips that changeup to left, and then he steals second. You saw that really cool base cam, and then Seager, he doubles to left. That scores Mookie Betts. Dodgers strike first blood, and yeah, it was a great piece of hitting by Corey Seager right there. We saw Corey Seager. He had success off Logan Webb. He saw what he was able to do tonight, and yeah, he ends up getting that double to left, and hitters count right there. And I think where they went wrong there was he kept throwing them the changeup, and at some point you kind of just felt like Logan Webb, as great as his stuff was, he was starting to get a little tired. He was starting to make some mistakes out there. And happened the later innings, and the Dodgers, they were unable to capitalize for the most part. I thought Chris Taylor missed some pitches early on, but in that at-bat, you saw he was able to get that single. It was on a changeup on a 2-0 count, and that was massive. That was massive right there. And, yeah, the Dodgers, they end up getting the win, and that was just, that was a big moment right there because, like, at that point, the Dodgers hadn't scored off Logan Webb in the series. He had gone 7 2/3 in Game 1, 7 2/3 shutty, and they were just befuddled by him. But Corey Seager, he comes through. And look, like I said, he got a double off of Logan Webb in Game 1. He was able to get that big single there, and it was just a big spot. And how about the decision to send Mookie Betts there? That was massive. Like I said, runs were at an absolute premium. And to send Mookie there, I thought it was big. And yeah, you saw what Corey Seager was able to do in that at bat. You saw during that, you saw early in the game, he actually hit one pretty hard during the game. So yeah, I was feeling good about Corey Seager. I thought he would have a big night. Didn't have a massive night, but yeah, he was able to get that big double there. And, yeah, it was just great, man. It really hit that hard. 74.3 miles per hour off the bat. I mean, but, hey, they were getting those lucky singles and lucky soft base hits pretty much their entire season. But, yeah, and then we second, guys. Let's see, guys. All right, there we go. Back in the comment section. So all this without Muncy, so clutch. Mexico, Blue Magic. We got Braves want revenge. Yeah, Braves are a tough team. They got momentum right now. First, last, D-Mac. Take another swig, bro. Looking, what's that? Looking overwhelmed. Hey, man, I'm never really overwhelmed, man, on this show, to be honest with you. I'm just really excited. Braves choked. What a revenge. Is JT hurting? Look, Justin Turner. Hey, man, He got hit tonight. I think he's been hit. I think that was the 12th time in his postseason career that he's been hit, and that was pivotal. That was pivotal. It was a mistake, and at this point in the game, you just need base runners, and that's just the name of the game. And the Dodgers were able to get that to get on there, and it was just so massive there. He gets hit by the pitch, and then Gavin Lux, he gets the big single. And then Cody Bellinger, he comes through, and it was just such a great at-bat. 97-mile-per-hour fastball, hard of the plate. He cranks it, or Gavin Lux does, and then Cody Bellinger is able to come up next. And, really one of the big at-bats of the season for the Dodgers. And, he was just, it was like MVP again, right? MVP, Cody Bellinger. And, man, you got to give Mookie credit too, man. First Dodger in postseason elimination history to have 4 hits, but in an elimination game. So that was great. But yeah, it really comes down to that big inning. They made a mistake, and that mistake was hitting Justin Turner. And it was, and trust me, that was a stinger. I think it was 100 miles per hour on that fastball. JT, he gets plunked. He takes his base. And then the rally really was on. Thanks a lot, Diane Schroeder. She's a day one on the show. Really appreciate you. Here we go. I watched the entire game with EC says I watched the entire game on pins and needles. I can't do that again. Anthony Keene, I ain't going to lie. I was about to throw up when I saw Late Night Lamont get in the game. Anthony Keene, you and me both, man. I had a tough time watching because also when you look at some of his hard foul balls, and that would really be fitting for the way their season has been. 8 times this year, game tying or go ahead a home run. So it wasn't the case tonight, and they were able to get the big out with Lamont, and that was huge, man. That was just huge right there. It was just such a beautiful cutter, top of the zone. He gets the corner, and he just snuck that in there. I mean, if you look at that at bat, Max Scherzer was behind the count. He was behind the count 2-0. He missed with a curve, missed with a 4-seam, and then he gets him looking at a curveball for a strike. So for Scherzer to get in that game and have that feel for that curveball right away, that was massive. And then he fouls off the 4-seamer. That makes it 2-2. Fouls off another one right there inside. A hard foul ball, loud foul ball. And then on the 6th pitch of the at-bat, he gets him looking at that cutter for strike 3. And the Dodgers were just 1 out away. But Trey Turner needs to play better. Yeah, I mean, we got to get into all that. I thought that since they were in the Trey area, he was going to step up. But, yeah, man, he has just not had the best series. And, look, I think he has like a sub-600 OPS for his postseason career. But hopefully he has a big series against the I think he'll take some of the pressure off, man. A lot of pressure in that series for Trey Turner. He ends up going Trey Turner ends up going 3 for 22 in the series with a 136 batting average. But look, without Trey Turner did his part too. Now look back at game 2. Game 2, he was the guy that got that rally going with that double to start things off there in the top of the 6th. So everyone did their part. AJ Pollock getting a hit tonight. Justin Turner getting hit tonight. So this Dodger team, man, it was a team effort from top to bottom. But here we go, man. Let's go. We got Giants are dead. Yeah, man. Giants are dead. Samantha Lucas, welcome to the Hotel California. I love that blue magic. Yeah, Buzzcut Belly is back, man. All you had to do, Cody Bellinger, if you had cut your hair in July, you'd probably already really be grooving a long time ago, man. Man, we just need to hey, man, if he ever tries to grow out his hair again, I'm telling you, pin him down and you shave that thing, and you just have to find a way to do it. We got the Brian Gax. What up, Brian Gax? Huge. Hey, give credit. Wait. Give credit to the whole team. Even the Bat Boy was hyped up. Man, I can't wait to look at all the footage and see what's up, man. Because yeah, man, I didn't even see any of the celebration yet. I've been rocking with you guys as soon as the game ended. But yeah, just a fantastic night for the Dodgers. Like I said, even though Logan Webb was fantastic, the Dodgers did a better job on him. They were chasing less. We kind of talked about that the Dodgers made adjustments, but they also made adjustments. And laying off that filthy changeup and slider, it's easier said than done. And they got burned by it a few times tonight. But, Trey Turner, I thought he had some bad at-bats on that. Trey Turner first pitch grounded into a double play with Mookie on first. Belly, he had he struck out on 3 pitches earlier. Souza, he chased away. But, not as much chase. I haven't looked at the numbers yet, but not as much chase tonight. But Mookie heard what D-Mac said about him. LOL, Ghost Cat. Hey, man, what'd I say? I said he needs to step up, but what did I also say? I know he'll step up. And I have been – man, no one – look, man, Mookie Betts is he's an icon, man. Mookie Betts is a guy that he puts in the work. And that's why what I tell you all season long, I said either he's injured or something, because he's a guy that's going to put in that work. And that's what Mookie Betts does. And look at the difference it makes. In the Game 2 loss, in the Game 3 loss, Mookie Betts had multiple opportunities to go up there and get the big hit. Brandon Crawford, he climbs the ladder. He makes that catch. Mookie's mad. Next night, what does Mookie do? He said, hey, man, you're not going to catch anything. Only person that's going to catch this ball is a fan in the stands, because this is a bleacher reacher, and he leaves the stadium. And tonight, what more can you say? He's Marcus Lynn Betts, and right now, he's living his Betts life. Flores went. Yeah, guys, dude, we should make T-shirts just say Flores went. Flores went. Make those T-shirts, man. There you go. Maybe Dodgers Nation will make some. By the way, speaking of T-shirts, go to www.gearup.la. Get your merch game up. You're gonna want to get that merch game up for we got look at that one. You got the Joe Kelly's a classic, the Lessor, the LFG. That's what I'm rocking. The Vin Scully, the Dodgers Nation classic, the Mookie, Tio Albert, Vin Scully, JT, Dodgers Nation. Get merched up, man. Over at www.gearup.la. There's no crying in baseball. Any news on Max Muncy? He's, they're still working it out, man. Shirtless drunk Scherzer is great. Oh, he's probably wasted Scherzer once again. Giants should have never taken out Webb. I disagree. I think at that point it was a good time to take him out. I mean, yes, they left him in there, and they let him face a couple more hitters than he typically would have. But look, I mean, their formula was pretty simple. They were going to go Webb, Rogers, and they thought Doval would be able to close things out. And I know the Frankie Rodriguez comparisons are there, but it's easier said than done, especially when you're facing a lethal lineup like this Dodger team. So, he goes in, and you saw there in the top of the 6th. He gave 1 run, had the 2 hits. He gave up the hit to Betts, had the double to Corey Seager, and then you saw, 7th inning, he was able to handle business. But the 8th inning, you got Rogers in there, Rogers he gets Taylor to fly out to second. He gets Taylor to fly out to center there in the 8th inning. And then on a 1-2 count, Pollock, he reached on an infield single, giving the Dodgers a runner at first with 1 out and Mookie Betts at the plate. And on a 2-2 count, Mookie, he takes a fastball right down Broadway. And then next pitch, he was gearing up for that slider. In the 6th pitch of the at-bat, he bangs a single up the middle. Nice bit of hitting. He put a nice swing on it. Nice bit of hitting by Mookie Betts there. Single to center. Pollock advances to second. And then Seager, not his best at-bat. He goes down swinging, and then Trey Turner, first pitch swinging, he flies out. So that was, to me, the key inning that I was worried about, that we were going to look back and say that was the opportunity for the Dodgers when you get the Pollock single, when you get the Mookie single. You got Rogers on the ropes, and to get a run before they faced Doval, but they were unable to get it done, and the magic happened later. But here we go. Fire merch, got to cop me some. Yeah, copy some of this gear, man. I mean, if they really fit nicely, they're really comfortable. I mean, dude, perfect shirt, man. My Mookie Betts LFG shirt is actually my personal favorite, designed by my man Eddie. I love this one the most, man, because this is that moment in the NLCS when he, that guy, man, he had so many rob jobs, man. He was giving the Braves the ATL last year, and I love that one. He swung, deal with it. Rob Shapiro, bad call, but whatever. Demon Child. Glad San Francisco is out. We got Bellinger made him throw like 10 pitches, that one AB, and he came through twice. Yeah, he did. That's a really good point there. I mean, he definitely had himself a really quality at bat earlier in the game. And Bellinger, he was up there grinding, man. He really was. He really was up there grinding. And you saw that was the approach. That was the that was what they were trying to do, was to try to find a way to get that pitch count up as high as they could, try to get it to where he wasn't going 7 2/3. You end up, pitching deep into this game, but the big run really was massive. But yeah, I mean, he had some quality ABs. He fouled off a few changeups there in the fifth inning. He took a couple balls, had the ground out. But look, the one we're gonna remember, of course, is his at bat there in the top of the ninth. But thanks a lot, Kevin. Appreciate you, my man. Have a round on me, D-Mac. I definitely am, man. I think I'm going to get a shot of something. I got a party tonight, which means I'll probably watch like the last episode of Squid Game or something. Planned work to perfection from William Blockson. Thoughts on Belly? We will see Will Smith versus Will Smith again. Yeah, Tony Kim. I didn't think about that. But that's a great point. I got my money on Will Smith. Lynn, it was bad call, but so are a lot of the pitches. Yeah, I mean, I'm not disagreeing. I'm not going to sit here and say that I would be outraged if they rule he didn't swing there. But look, Flores was 1 for 12 in the series. I got my money on Max Scherzer, and look, I think if it goes to one more pitch, he gets him to swing. And then we're just, what they did was they just sped up the game and they delayed, and they would have basically delayed the inevitable, which was the Dodgers getting it done, because there was nothing that was going to stop Mad Max. Almost remind me of the NLDS game too, where he came out and just, he struck out the side against the Dodgers in 2019. Scherzer is on a mission. He wants to get another ring, and I think he just likes to get shwasted because he's shwasted Scherzer. I need some merch shirts. Yeah, Jenny Kong, get merched up. Will Muncy be on the NLCS roster? No news on that. We'll probably get some news on that in the coming days. It does seem like he's a little bit of ways, but that's going to be a big question. Is he close enough to have him on that roster? Because, and also you got to factor in too, Cody Bellinger, he's getting it done. Gavin Lux, he's getting it done. And you got Max Muncy. I mean, if he comes back, that might complicate things, okay? I mean, Cody Bellinger, he's getting the job done at first base. And we know the hitter that Max Muncy is, but do you really want to rush him back if he's not going to be 100%? I think that's the big question I would have right now. Mookie is a beast. I like this. From Perflodum72, Ric Flair. Woo! So thrilled for Belly. Yeah, I couldn't be happy for Belly, man. I love this. I love this Augustine Choi over on YouTube. LFG equals loss for the Giants. You guys, that's what I'm saying, man. You guys talk the best trash. Hashtag repeat LA. Yeah, give me a hashtag, road to repeat. Hashtag repeat LA. Yeah, here we go. Let's, yeah, man, what more can you say, man? It was just a magical night for the Dodgers. It was a gut-wrenching night. I basically... I have no nails left. I would call it a nail biter, but no nails left. And, the Dodgers, they just found a way to go up there and survive and advance. And this is turning into a run for the ages. When you consider how they won the wild card game in dramatic fashion, Chris Taylor, they win that game 3-1. You saw what happened tonight. Cody Bellinger, he steps up. What will the NLCS have in store? It's just amazing. But it was sweet justice. We got Annette. We got Bay Area tears are salty. Yeah, man, what do you guys are you guys hearing stuff from the Giants fans? Are they trying to talk smack? I'm sure they're all crazy, going crazy about that call, right? Hope not. D-Mac need to buy some merch. Yeah, man, get merched up, man. LFG D-Mac. Yeah, woo! I don't start. Was I nervous? I would say, look, man, I'm pretty locked in on this stuff. I'm not like, I joke around that I'm nervous. To me, I'm always just kind of thinking about what's next in the game, and when I'm thinking about what's next, I'm just kind of like thinking of it. But I'm not gonna lie, I touched my lady, and she was like, "Why are your hands cold and clammy, and why are you purple right now? And why aren't you breathing?" So, it was clearly a very tense game. I mean, growing up, like I said, growing up, just kind of hating the Giants, and not like hate. I mean, like I call it sports hate. Because I call it sports hate. You don't actually hate them, right? But it's kind of sports hate. You hate them in that context. And I remember my mom taking me out of school to watch Brian Johnson and the Dodgers. Brian Johnson, the game where Brian Johnson hit the home run against the Dodgers. And I'm telling you, man, I cried. I was absolutely, it was a nightmare. I was dead inside, man. I think it changed me as a person, So a win like this, and if you look at the history, I don't want to get too super into it, but lots of pain at the hands of the San Francisco Giants. But tonight, I think the Dodgers exercised some demons. They were the Giant Slayers. They can't beat LA. And look, man, the Dodgers, they got the big win, man. I'm giddy about it, man. I'm giddy, baby. Oh yeah, Doug. My mom asked me this random question in the chat. Does Bauer get a ring? Isaac Lopez. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I would honestly probably assume so. But Nemesis to all DMAC. There is nothing better than watching Dodgers Nation after win. I think it comes down to a ring too. It's like, I mean, a ring is nice, but they a lot. I don't know. I think it kind of means different considering your contribution to the ring. Like, do you think the ring is the same for David Price this year? I would say probably not, right? But Lauren Shahidi, favorite MLB Network for Brian Gax. Yeah, she's really cool. Gotta love the rivalry. Yeah, man. Hats off to the Giants, man. I know we have to have fun, but that's a good team, man. They play their hearts out. Dodgers were just the better team. I drink Giants tears for breakfast. Sports cards, report cards. If you're gonna chant beat LA, you better beat LA. I love that. Sports cards. Yeah, man, beat LA. Beat LA. It's like, no, you can't. You didn't. Dodgers beat you when it matters most. The Dodgers beat you in the postseason. And, yeah, man, you can't beat LA. That's what we should be chanting back. DMAC, LA1, Brian Gax. Yeah, will this win this is a good question from Bad Skin Bear. Will this win be forever tainted? Not as tainted as the shot heard around the world. Not as tainted that the Giants hit in 1951 when they were stealing signs. Not as tainted as the 2017 World Series. Because, look, bottom line is, who do you got your money on? Okay, who do you got your money on? If they run that back, I believe it would have been a 1-2 count. I mean, I'll have to look it up, but I believe it was a 1-2 count at that point. If you run that back, I got my money on Scherzer. And like I said, it was poetic justice. The Dodgers, we saw what happened with Darian Ruff. If that game's over, if that game was over, I think that back in July, I think it was July 22nd, I want to say, if they call Ruff out on that check swing, then the Dodgers end up tying for the division. I think they win Game 163, and I think the Giants might lose to the Cardinals. So we'll never know. But I think it's good for the sport. It's good for the sport when you can go out there and you have some controversy, because look, everyone's going to be talking about that call, and I'm not afraid. To me, I'm not afraid. It doesn't diminish or devalue this win in any sense for me, in my opinion, because it was a hard-fought game. And look, this Giants team has no one to blame but themselves and their putrid offense. They hit 186, I want to say, for the series. So, I mean, look, if they want to blame anyone, they can blame themselves. And I think if you're the Giants, it adds depth and even more layers to an already historically great rivalry. I mean, trust me, the Giants-Dodgers rivalry, it's deep-seated. There is bad blood. These franchises, there's a respect there, but these teams, anytime they go at it, they want to ruin each other's seasons. And I think it's everyone's going to be talking about that. I mean, people will be talking about this forever. For the fact that it ended like that, it'll be interesting. Now, I will say that one thing, if we kind of get deep on this, I would say that if at some point they give managers the ability to review check swings, like let's say I've been pushing for managers to get a couple challenges on called strikes and balls and strikes. If they do allow that, that might be kind of interesting to say and look back and say, they could have challenged that and they would have overturned it, and he's at the plate. And that's, I'm probably going to do a little breakdown of that just, maybe for tomorrow morning, to just look at it and see what you think and kind of go deeper on it. I just saw it in real time a few times, and I went live here, so didn't have too much time to get into it. But if you just look at that at bat, the way Max Scherzer is dealing, yes, Flores, he's a guy, every now and then gets you a clutch hit. But at that point in the at bat, he had him down in the hole 0-2. Okay, he had him down 0-2 in the count. And when you're swinging check swing like that, you're confused at the plate. You're a little lost at the plate. And in my mind, if they call it a check swing, you run that back, Max Scherzer's going to get that out. So, yes, you got Chris Bryant at first base, and they had their opportunities tonight too. But the Dodgers, they were able to strand runners. You saw what, what time is it? 109? Jesus, show's long. You saw what they were able to do. And bottom line is this Giants team, they go 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position in this game. So, look, who do they have to blame? Who do they have to blame but themselves? And I think it's just, honestly, I think it's not going to bother me at all. To me, it's like if I was an Astros fan, my bad, check that, Trastros fan. And I was, I was going around trying to, wear my World Series shirt. I would probably be a little bit, I would probably be a little embarrassed. But in this case, I wouldn't. I'm fine with that because it's not like we cheated or anything like that. It's not like we made the call or anything like that. I think that, like I said, the Giants, they had opportunities in this game. They go 0 for 5, and they weren't able to capitalize. And the Dodgers, they got the big hit when they needed to. And the Giants, they end up hitting 182 for this series. So, I mean, look, that should tell you kind of everything you need to know. And as bad as it is to hit 182 on the series, they end up hitting for the series, the Giants. They end up going, they hit this for this series, the Giants, they were 3 for 25 with runners in scoring position. They hit 120, had a 355 OPS with runners in scoring position. So they have no one to blame but themselves. The Dodgers didn't do much better at 200, but they got the big hit when they needed it the most, and they applied more pressure. They had more opportunities. So Giants, like I said, I mean, you're gonna have all winter to cry, man. Cry. It's so fine. But yeah, guys, we're gonna do more on this game tomorrow. But be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel at youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. What a win. So great to hang out with you guys and hang out this after party. And we have a lot of baseball ahead of us. And just, hey, man, buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride. We haven't won anything yet. We won the NLDS. We beat the Giants. We're going to enjoy and celebrate this win for a while now, pretty much for the rest of eternity, especially if we cap this off with a World Series win. But a historic night, a game you'll never forget. Bellinger comes through from top to bottom. Look, I mean, Blake Trinan was unhittable tonight. I mean, they actually did get a hit off him, but he was fantastic. I thought Bruce Dark-Gratterall battled. Corey Knebel came out. He got the job done early on. And at the end of the day, it paid off, and the Dodgers, they got the win. And it was just a magical night. I mean, I thought I think one of the big plays, I want to I could talk about this game for a while, but I think, like the stream boys, thank you guys, LFG, Craig Burns, I think one of the big things, too, is early on when Buster Posey, he hits that double off Corey Knebel, he ambushes that first pitch, that goes over Mookie's head. It kind of took that tricky bounce off the wall. Mookie had to chase it down. The mere presence of Mookie Betts, the reputation of Mookie Betts keeps Buster Posey there at second. And if he goes to third, who knows, man? If Webb is pitching with the lead, I think things are different. I think that it puts more pressure on the Dodgers pitchers. And if they score first, you've seen in this postseason run what the teams that scores first, they have a big-time massive advantage in finishing the job. So I thought that was massive. And then also 2 outs with the runner on second. He falls behind Crawford 2-0 as Corey Knebel there in the first inning. He falls behind Crawford 2-0. He gets him to foul off on a curve, and then he gets him swing on a curve. Then he fouls one off. Then on the 3-2 count, he throws a ball that was in the zone, but he misses his spot badly, and Eddings right there. He doesn't give him the call. So that's that was one to consider. And then on the 3-2 count, he gets the punch out. So a great job in that at bat. I thought Will Smith made a really nice play, a nice pick on one that was in the dirt. So not as smooth as we hoped, but he got the job done. And the evil Knebel, he did his thing, man. But let's shut out the Trastros. Hey, goodbye. Yeah, guys, man, we're kind of running long on this one. 1:14. We're gonna have tons of live streams. Be sure to check with Mr. Clint Pasillas and Brooke Smith before each and every game on the Dodgers Nation pregame show. They'll be going live, and then we'll be coming at you after the final out of every game. But yeah, guys, man, what a game tonight, man. Final thoughts. If you have any fire takes at the end, give it to me. But all I got to say is I got 2 words, and those 2 words are he went. Okay, and Dodgers win. But good job, D-Mac. Thanks, Richard. Dodgers win MFers. We got Doc said Muncy is available next series. So there you go. I got to give you credit from Beacon610. Doc said Muncy is available. All right, you can't beat L.A. Bring on the Trastros. Sun Kim, Dodgers versus Trastros rematch would be epic. I've been pushing for that all season long. I want the Astros. I want redemption. I know that that's pretty much going to guarantee you a heart attack for that series, but we have to avenge that 2017 loss. But Flores would have got out anyways. That's what I've been saying this whole time. Thanks for everything, D-Mac. Thanks, Nemesis. We got a nice job. Muncy's available. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the news updates. Augustine, D-Mac, awesome channel. Thanks, man. Here we go. We got to absolutely a classic. D-Mac, you were right. You guaranteed that Giants would not win this series. Yeah, Alex Renteria. Did I not guarantee the Dodgers would win this series even when we were down 2-1? Go look back. Just like I guarantee NLCS, I believe in this team. I believe in this town. I believe in this franchise. And look, man, I'm just enjoying the golden age of Dodger baseball. He went at the Strauss. Thanks, D-Mac, Jose Rod. Thanks, guys. Yeah, man, have a great rest of your night, guys. And try to sleep. I know it's going to be tough. I know you guys are buzzing, but dude, if we had Muncy, he would have been at 4. Curry's a beast. Let's go, Warriors. Okay. Give us the trash-terisks. I like it. D-Mac is a man. Thanks, Player God. Thanks, guys. You guys are the best fans of the game. You guys know where to find me. You guys know where to find me on later, Isaac. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. That's at DMac_LA. For all things Dodger baseball, be sure to head over to DodgersNation.com. Download the Dodgers Nation app. Get geared up at GearUp.LA. Dodgers beat the Giants. He went. You can't beat LA. See you guys tomorrow on the channel. We'll be dropping stuff. And see you for the post-game show after Game 1 of the NLCS, which will be in Atlanta. And we can already start to get upset that the Dodgers don't have home field. But, hey, it's okay. This run is going to be epic. But thanks, guys. Go Dodgers. Couple more, and we'll be out of here. D-Mac. What up, Frankie? Started to hear you D-Macing the Padres fans will have nightmares and quit sometimes against you. We'll talk about that one. DodgersNation.com. Betts. Yeah, but thanks, guys, man. Anthony Keene, appreciate you, man. I like that. DMac_ATL. Much love, but see you guys on Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your night. Dodgers win. And remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
It's time.